drivers tonight. This after an owner contacted us about oil issues associated with the Toyota model.
It turns out it might not just be the Prius that is impacted here. Our Leah Linscheid has a look at what's possibly a much bigger problem.
Anything green.
It's Walt Jackson's
Environmental friendly.
town of Dundigs that
Better gas mileage.
drove him to buy a Prius.
Being environmentally friendly is very important.
Protecting his hometown is priority number one, and his purchase reflects that.
Shortly after 70,000 miles, I was noticing that oil usage was happening.
But it came with a cost he wasn't expecting.
I would take it in, for its regularly scheduled maintenance oil change. And they checked the fluids, and it was always low, anywhere from a half quart to a full quart.
The problem wasn't readily apparent, so Walt did a little bit of research. Turns out he isn't the only one with this problem, especially considering his surroundings, where Priuses are pretty common. Walt's dealer told him Toyota puts out service bulletins on the issue, noting the model does guzzle oil at a faster than normal rate.
Now it's about every 600 to 800 miles. We're down anywhere from half a quart to 3/4 of a quart.
But this is not considered a recall problem, and it's not covered under any warranty.
The fix, not a real fix for the issue other than tearing the engine apart or a new engine.
On any given day inside Capital Tire and Service, you can find Priuses and plenty of other cars checked in for oil-related issues.
The trouble I run into is the Toyota dealer, and Toyota in general usually says 7,500 miles or 10,000 miles between an oil change interval, and that doesn't generally work out well for the customer long term.
Shop owner Bert Fuller says that's because factory recommendations for changing oil generally aren't soon enough. This particular driver found that out the hard way.
The owner has complied to that and done regular oil changes based on that, and we're doing an internal engine repair because that interval is too long for this vehicle.
Why are the recommendations wrong in the first place? Well, it all depends on your digs.
The oil change interval on a car is high quality oil in a perfect condition, and in which case you can probably change the oil at 7,500 miles.
In Wisconsin, meanwhile,
If it's not perfect conditions, in which we live in not perfect conditions, something less. We've always recommended an oil change at 3,000 miles.
the best bet when it comes to avoiding pricey problems, whether it's a Toyota or another make and model, consider your community and its conditions, and schedule your maintenance a little more often.
An oil change is cheap insurance.
With this Call for Action report, I'm Leah Linscheid, WISC News 3.
The local dealer where Walt bought his Prius Smart Motors declined to comment on the oil issue.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canal